Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, Cessna flight training device that I built at home. It is Saturday, the 28th of September, 2024, and I hope you're all doing well and safe. JJ, hello, welcome on in. How was the flight yesterday into JFK? Well, the closer we got to JFK, the worse our performance was. And I was able to attribute it to the vast amount of AI generated aircraft there at JFK. It was really bogging down our FPS. So we made it in there, but it was relatively touch and go. Just because of the severe performance hit. So not only we're in New York, we're flying into JFK, which is a larger airport in and of itself, and then now we have all of this VAT sim traffic on top of that. So the simulator was struggling a bit getting in there, but we pulled it off. Good work by the New York ARTCC on VAT sim for their F&O last night. Okay. Purpose of this evening's event. Typically this time of year, the wonderful folks at Byrd's Adventure Center put on the Arkansas competition. For those of you that are not familiar with Arkansas, it is typically an annual competition of STOL aircraft. And there's various rules and regulations, and typically I run an event in tandem with Arkansas, working with the event coordinators down there. But this year they are taking a break from doing Arkansas, and they are putting on Byrd's Backcountry Flight Festival. So I'm going to try something new this year and host this same type of flying event virtually with the Virtual USA Flying Club, utilizing some of the same custom scenery that I did for Arkansas. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the real world event. Because it is a very new event. This is sort of the first one that they've done. So I don't even know a whole lot about it just yet. But I didn't want to let Byrd's Adventure Center go unflown into this year at some point in time. So that being said, I went ahead and came up with my own sort of flying event for the club, and everyone has taken a look at this briefing so that they know what they're in for and what the understanding is as far as which runway to land on and things like that. So hopefully everyone did read the briefing. Just a quick description. It's a flying type of event, departures at our discretion, and in order to kind of save myself trying to come up with sort of a fun flight to fly into Byrd's at, what we're going to do is utilize one of the Bush League backcountry fly-ins. This is series number 52 when they were flying down around that area. And since I wasn't able to partake in the Bush League event when it happened then, I'm going to try and intermingle both of these flights, so to speak. So we are going to depart out of Branson here, which is where everyone met at for the event with the Bush League. And then we'll make a couple hops down there. We'll make a couple small hops to some of these smaller airports. I do have them all plotted out. We'll go over that in just a minute. But they are Richland Creek, Trigger Gap, which is one of the RAPs. RAP actually, the Recreational Aviation Foundation actually owns that airport. That is another one of my sceneries for X-Plane 12. We're going to see if we can find Ponca. This is a private airport from the little bit of research I did on it. 37 Alpha Romeo. Then, of course, Branson's where we're departing from. And we're going to fly to Byrd's 51 Alpha Romeo. So that is sort of the plan. let's see here. And I'll do this. Okay. We are loaded up here on the ground at Branson West Emerson Field. Our goal is to fly southbound, stop at Trigger Gap, depart Trigger Gap, fly southeast, and see if we can't find Ponca somewhere nestled down in there. That runway is only 1,300 feet long, so it might be a little bit difficult to see. And then, time permitting, once we get there, we will hop out to Richland, see if we can't locate this private airport, and then our final stop is going to be Byrd's Backcountry Airstrip for the Backcountry Flight Festival. So that's sort of the plan. Let's talk about real quick Branson, just because I'm not familiar with this one. It looks like the runway is 5,000 feet long, 75 feet wide. Field elevation is 1,348 feet. Pattern altitude is 1,000 above that. The CTAF frequency is 123.0. So that's the frequency we'll be talking on as we make our traffic calls out of Branson. And then we're just going to be VFR. It should be a nice casual flight. No ATC is going to be involved with this one. We're going to be on Unicom pretty much the entire way. There's no airspace we need to contend with. Nothing that we might need any sort of ATC assistance for, unless we get lost, but then that's a whole other situation in and of itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and head to the plane and get our Byrd started up. We'll have to do a walk around before that, because we're taking the Foxtrot model today. Yesterday we flew the Hawk. Foxtrot's been sitting. So let's walk around it, make sure everything's good, and get her started up, and depart out of Branson and see if we can find these Bush League airstrips and head on to Byrd's Adventure Center. So I will see you over at the plane in just a minute. Thanks for coming in today. Alright, sorry about the wait there, everyone. I could not find my flying travel cup here. This is the one I prefer to fly with. But I did find it, but I apologize that it did take me a couple minutes to do so. Okay, we are on the ground here at Branson West. And we're going to sort of combine a Bush League flight and a Virtual USA Flying Club event into one flight today. Going to hit a couple of small airports along the way and fly to Byrd's Backcountry airstrip for the first annual Byrd's Backcountry Flight Festival. Hawker 125, hello, welcome on in. Hope you are doing well. Okay, how are we doing here? We need to do some pre-flighty type stuff. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get all of our lights on and get our thingies on here, strobes and pitot heats, and let's get these flaps down. And we're just going to take a quick walk around the aircraft. Hawker 125, they are actually still sitting in my Amazon cart. I did not order that set yet. Plans kind of changed at the last minute. So unfortunately I haven't put my hands on them, but they are still sitting in my cart there. Let's see. What do we need to do here? Okay, did that. Alright. Baggage doors secure. Rudder cables tight. Elevator, rudder free and correct. Beacon and anti-collision light are working. Right rudder cables tight. Antennas in place. Right flap is tight. Aileron free and correct. Strobe on the right with a green nav light, that's good. Right main is good. Front main, front strut look good there. Exhaust is secure. Prop and spinner, no chips or signs of cracks, anything like that. Static source is free and clear. Pitot tube is warm to the touch. Let's get the pitot heat off. Our stall horn and taxi light and landing light are working, so we can get those lights off of there. Strobe is working on the left, so we can get that light off, and nav light is working. Let's turn those off for now as well. Left aileron is free and correct. Left flap is tight. Left main is good there, and fuel caps are installed and streamlined. So let's have a seat. Walk around was good. What's next? Did that, walk around, did that. Not gonna go and do a full safety briefing today, but we'll take over the acronym real quick. Seat belts, they work just like seat belts in your car do. Air vents in the top right and top left of the plane. Fire extinguisher is directly behind us. Exits are on the right and left. If you see another airplane in the sky, please tell me about it. And do you have any questions? That was very kind of abbreviated and short, but it does cover all of our safety bullet points. What else do we got here? Tech time 178.0. Circuit breakers. Circuit breakers are all in. Alternate static air. And alright, moving right along to our startup checklist. Seat track, let's get scooted up here so you can reach the flight controls. Avionics are off, carb heat is off. Mixture is going to go full rich. Let's see, let's get 3 on the primer. 1, 2, 3. Okay, primer's in and locked. Let's make sure we're clear all around. We are clear on the left, clear the front, clear right, clear behind us. Okay. Mags are gonna go to start. Right away I'm looking for oil pressure and RPM. Here we go. Nothing. What did I miss here? Okay, there it is. Let's try that. Okay, now I have it on shader panel. Okay. Clear. Okay, we do have engine rotation, oil pressure in the green. So that works out. Both tanks are fully fueled. KW for life, hello, welcome on in. Okay, let's get our landing light on, our taxi light on, so that we can be seen here. And that completes our startup checklist. Let's move right along to pre-taxi. Seat belts. Let's get seat belt on. Flaps going up. Flaps coming up on the right. Flaps coming up on the left. Avionics gonna go on. You know what I need to do? I need to jump into the Discord for the Flying Club while I'm in here. Just in case anybody has any questions. I want to be available for that. Okay. Alright, push to talk is good. VATSIM, well, I'll talk about that in a minute. Once we take off here. Flaps up, avionics on, ATIS, AWAS. Do we have an ATIS or an AWAS here at Branson 119.725? Let's try this. 119.725. Let's see if that comes in. Don't got an ATIS there either. Says something's being received on the frequency though. I'm just not hearing it and I don't know why. I don't know if this is a bug, because this is not the first airport that I've encountered this here lately. Let's just double check real quick. Once I find my cursor, there it is. Some settings in the sound. Radios, okay. Alright, well, that's a negative on the AWAS at Branson. Let's just do something here. Find me a frequency. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make that active, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make that active. Turn receive. And let's connect to VATSIM. Type 172 is correct. Okay. So, radios 1 and 2 seem to be working. Well, I don't know. I'll have to look further into that. Okay, CTAF at Branson appears to be 123.0. Okay. Don't see any traffic currently anywhere on the ramp here. Okay. What else we got on our pre-taxi checklist here? So we weren't able to get the ATIS, so let's set our altimeter to field elevation, which is 1348. So probably right around 2 9 or 2-ish. Let's see what's sort of weather we got. 2 9 or 9 or 0 at Bravo Bravo Golf. Okay, so I'd say that's pretty accurate. And weather, so let's take a quick look at that. 340, so winds out of the north, 13 to 16 knots. So we might be getting a bit of a tailwind on our way down. Overcast layer reported at 3600 above the ground. Temperature 24, dew point 16, altimeter 9 or 9 or 0. So we should be relatively VFR. Oh, and there's our buddy Rob Valkyrie coming in. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what else we got to do here. Transponder. Okay, 1200. ADS-B is tied into our nav lights. Let's get those on. Radio, we'll test. Well, we already did test that. Taxi light was good. Turn coordinator and attitude indicator, we can test those on the roll. Let's go ahead and set our heading indicator to compass though, which looks to be right around there. Okay, I think we're good. Pre-taxi checklist is complete. Park and brake off. Do a quick brake test here. Alright, brakes are good. Okay, so winds were out of the north. So runway 03 for departure. Right pattern, runway 21, so 03 is probably a left pattern. And that will set us up on a sort of a, we can kind of take a downwind departure out of there. Okay, and we are at the ramp. And we're going to taxi via Delta Alpha. And Branson traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is at the ramp. We're going to taxi runway 03 via Delta Alpha, Branson. Hey, thanks for coming in today.
Hi brother, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. Flying from where? I'm flying from 7 Mike 4.
You're flying from where?
From 7 Mike 5. It's a small airport in the south east of 51AR.
Oh, nice. I haven't checked that one out yet.
Alright.
Let's see who this is real quick. Okay. Cool. Bush League Backcountry fly-in. February 2024. Alright, left on Alpha. We're going to take that down to runway 03. Oh, looks like we're going to be coasting downhill a little bit. Let's pull this power back a little bit here so we don't get too fast as we go down this hill. Okay, so we got a uphill departure. This could be interesting. Alright, question for the audience. Let's see if who can get this. You're on approach to an uphill sloping runway. Does that give you the perception that you're higher or lower on the approach? Anybody? Again, you're on approach to an uphill sloping runway. And on final, are you going to be given the illusion that you are higher or lower on the approach? Lower. The answer to that is lower. Higher? Well, then would the reciprocal be true? If you're on approach to a downhill sloping runway, would that give the illusion that you are higher or lower on the approach? So then that would be lower. I could very well be right. I may be completely backwards. Alright, hold short here. What is the current temperature? Alright, I don't think it's too terribly hot. We'll just do the run up right here. Okay, brakes are on, fuel's on both trim. Set for takeoff. Flight controls down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder are free and correct. Alright, so if here's my runway, okay, and my runway is sloping uphill, and I'm up here on my downwind, and I'm coming around, and I'm making my base, and I'm descending, okay. You know what, I guess, yeah, so if yeah, okay, so that would make sense. Byrd is right. I was backwards. Okay, flight controls, instruments, everything is good. Mixers in for best power. And primers in and lock, 1600. Here we go. I think I'll circle back to that once we get back to the hangar after the flight. We'll talk about illusions on approach. Okay, suctions in the green, oil pressure, oil temperature. Suction, charging, okay, fuel flow's good. Everything looks good there. Okay, alright, I think we're good to go. And then we'll make a left downwind departure. Branson, traffic, November 8033 Fox, taking runway 03. I'm going to be making a 45-degree left departure, Branson. Alright, strobes going on. Landing light on.
Approaching runway 03. Entered runway 03. 4,900 feet remaining.
Okay, full power. Rudder for center. Airspeed's coming alive. So just let it fly. Positive rate. Might look kind of silly if I tried to do all that sitting right here, Byrd. Might have to do that here. Once I get back to the hangar though. Alright. Lift our left wing, that looks clear. Let's go ahead and make a turn out of here. I want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out for a bit this afternoon. I hope your Saturday has gone well. Let's lift our left wing and make a turn on course here. Our first stop is going to be Trigger Gap Airport 17 Alpha. Always a fun one to fly into. What's our altitude? 2,500 feet. Elevation figures around here, 2,100 feet. So we may end up climbing up a little bit. But I also like to be lower just to kind of see everything. It's quite pretty down here. Alright, heading 210. Should take us direct to Trigger Gap. Okay. So I was backwards. But there is certainly an illusion that does occur. Oh, what is that? The Peninsula. Private. I see that airport. Let's go check it out. Like, it's literally on our path. Let's drop down in there. I'm pretty sure that's a landing strip. We're about 3 miles away. Let's just say that we've got permission to land. Okay, so it looks like it's right at the top of that peninsula sticking into the water there. That might be an airstrip. It might actually be modeled, too. We'll find out as we get a bit closer here. Alright, what are we at? 1,800 feet?
Bro, Michelle.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, could you check my screen shot? I have a share screen.
500.
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me set my plane down.
Alright.
Short final runway 18 at 21 Mike uniform. Warning, airport not in current route.
Alright, let's drop the flaps. Just dump them all. Pull that power back. This is certainly an airport. Got some trees right there on the departure and arrival end there. But pushing north all the way forward. Let's put some of that wind correction in there. Alright, well this is cool. This wasn't even on our plan. Sometimes I like when we find things that aren't on our plan. Okay, let me assist this flying club member real quick. Okay, I'm watching your screen.
Bro, This is a green line. Do you have any idea how it's I can remove it? What's happening with it on? This is the first time I see it like this.
Is it X-plane?
No, this is FS1H1.
Unfortunately, that is something that I do not know. It's not a program that I use. It looks like it could be showing the flight model or the path of the flight model, but I honestly don't know.
Alright, so this is the first time I see like this. Okay, thanks, bro.
Yeah, in X-plane, I would say that's the flight model that's being displayed, but I don't know how to turn that on or off. But one of my Twitch viewers, because I'm live streaming right now, is recommending that you go up to your dev, switch off the dev mode, left top of the menu, exit dev mode.
Where in the options?
General. I'd say go down to developers there and turn developer mode off and try that.
Maybe. Okay, it's fine. I will continue like this.
Okay, that was the wrong menu. Go back to pull up that menu on the top. No, from your flight screen there. Somewhere on the top screen there. I thought I saw it too. There was a little developer menu on the top left.
Top left. Alright. That one is developer.
Okay.
This one? This here?
Yeah. Is there dev mode on there? All the way in the top left? Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Maybe wind, something related to wind, I think.
Yeah, it's some sort of, like I said, it's I think it's showing your flight model there. What's under dev mode on the left? Top left there. That's it, okay. Options, what do you got? Yeah.
Maybe this one?
Assistance, let's see. Is there an assistance options somewhere? So maybe under your main menu.
Main menu, where?
Where you turn developer mode on and off. There. Is there an assistance options? Okay, top right. And then pilot aids.
Here, I think. Aerodynamic, maybe aerodynamic visualization, no?
And then windshield effects. That's about as much as I can give you right now because I've got to continue on with my flight.
Yeah, just continue. I will try here. Thanks for it.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a visualization, dynamic visualization.
Okay, well, I gotta thank the one, the only, the great Byrd for his assistance with that.
Okay, that show you the dynamic with the aircraft, I think. how it's aircraft with the wind dynamics.
Alright, well, I'll see you at Birds.
Thanks, bro.
Okay. Bird for all coming in with the channel subscription. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Again, thank you so much for your help with that too. I had no idea. I don't have enough experience with the platform. I would like to say that I could, or I did, but I don't. If they ever support displays of multiple resolutions so I can have independent zoom, great. I'd love to give it a shot. Alright, so we're just going to kind of back taxi down here and take back off the same way we came in, simply because that keeps us on our heading. Plus, I don't have this big tree right at the end of the runway. I mean, come on here. Okay, windsock saying maybe 3, 4.5. We're gonna have kind of a direct crosswind. Okay, brakes are on, full power. Brakes off. Just keep some wind correction in. Airspeed's coming up. Let's rotate. Alright, we got positive brake. Let's climb, climb, climb. Oh. I don't like when I forget to do that and switch the view back. There it is. I think the battery is going bad in my keyboard, my wireless keyboard. That seemed like it took forever to respond. Lima Foxtrot, Lima Juliet. .7 slope. That's almost double normal. Yeah, and I do sometimes have to remember that there's every bit of a 10 to 15 second delay sometimes. Alright, what's on our cruise checklist? Power mixture instruments. Okay, everything's looking good there. Hopefully that's closer to 20 to 30 seconds as opposed to 20 to 30 minutes. I would hope that is that bad of a delay. I wouldn't expect it to be that long of a delay. Well, you know what? Sometimes we just have to use the tools at our disposal. But if anybody asks, I got the answer from Byrd for all. Alright, trigger gap about 10 miles away. .122.9. Trigger gap traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is 7 miles north, crossing over midfield to grab left downwind, 28, trigger gap.
Byrd traffic, 423 Charter Lima, entering left downwind for runway 25. Byrd. Byrd traffic, 3 Romeo, we're clear.
Alright, we're going to have to turn the clock back just a little bit. We don't have lights at any of the airports, so we gotta maintain daytime VFR. Alright, Berryville is coming up on our left here. Carroll County Airport's at our 2 o'clock, so at 2:30 right now. Once I set myself in between those, it's when I start looking for trigger gap. If you can split the middle of Berryville and Carroll County, then you're sitting pretty for trigger gap.
Byrd traffic, 423 Charter Lima, turning left base, runway 25, Byrd.
Trigger gap traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, 5 miles north, landing 28, trigger gap.
Byrd traffic, 423 Charter Lima, gonna follow the river in, turning final.
Byrd traffic, Mike Oscar Hotel 5 miles southwest, coming to descend to the right of line.
Alright, the airport is in sight. Let's go ahead and slow down. Car peak coming on. Power coming back. Okay, runway looks good. Trigger gap traffic, November 8032 Foxtrot is entering a left downwind, 28, full stop, trigger gap. Flaps 10.
Mike Oscar Hotel downwind 28 to join Grand River. Byrd traffic.
Trigger gap, November 33 Foxtrot, left base 28, full stop, trigger gap.
Byrd traffic, Mike Oscar Hotel for stop landing.
Flaps 2.
200 go for Mike Oscar Hotel.
Trigger gap traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, left base final approach 28, full stop, trigger gap. Alright, got some trees right here on the approach end.
Short final runway 28.
Alright, wind's coming in from this way.
Byrd traffic, North Robert Charlie, New Romeo.
Let's put that right main down
We're
first.
going to take off 07.
A little bit of left rudder.
Publish 2022 Salesforce, Byrd traffic.
So this one is my scenery. This is my airport that I developed. The Bush League was kind enough to use it in one of their events. So they did add some of their legendary 3D grass. Over here is my sort of makeshift pavilion. It's not nearly as cool as the actual pavilion that's there because again I'm limited with what I can do with assets for the gateway. And then for the .org I added in some people and things like that. And then the Bush League.
Approaching runway 10.
Where is it
Runway
at?
10. 2,200 feet remaining.
Thought I saw one here. Okay, there it is. The Bush League went and put they have their banner here. So you can get trigger gap on the .org, or you can find it in the Bush League number 52 scenery. You can also get it with default X-Plane. I think it started shipping with 12.1. Flaps going up. It's back taxi here.
Approaching from the northeast. Intentions on taking, coming in on runway 7, Bird's traffic.
Let's put some wind correction in for our taxi roll. Trigger gap traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, back taxi to a trigger gap.
Byrd traffic, Golf India Romeo, just off of Wood Runway, joining now for final 07. Byrd traffic to land.
not so much a factor here, but when I back taxi in the real world, depending on the size of the runway, I'm always off center. Especially on a skinny runway, I don't like my nav lights or strobe
First
lights
traffic.
to
Cub 761 India, sir. Making a right pattern to runway 7. First traffic.
Yeah, I don't want my aircraft lights to be misconstrued for runway lights, so I always back taxi off center. Alright, wind's coming from the north still, so we'll put some wind correction in here for our taxi roll. Let's go ahead and brakes on, full power, carpeet's off, flaps are up. Alright, let the brakes off. Let's keep some wind correction in. Keep that nose planted.
Following the Valley River for final 28.
Keep that nose wheel planted. Let's get some airspeed built up here. Alright, she's coming alive. Pull back. We're up. Positive rate. The ground effect. Ready?
First traffic, 761 India Sierra on final for runway 7, 761 India Sierra. First traffic.
Traffic on final runway 28.
Yahoo.
First traffic, 761 India Sierra going around.
Looks like we just lost the sun behind a cloud. Alright, next stop, let's head to Ponca. 37 Alpha Romeo. Let's see if we can't land our plane on a 1,300 foot grass runway. Okay, 2,100, that's a bit low. Let's go ahead and get up 2,500 feet. We're doing 120 miles per hour.
The traffic of Charlie is here at the Valley runway 07, so we'll still secure for the event and landing the traffic.
Okay, there we are. $2,500.
Cub 761 India Sierra making left downwind to runway 7, 761 India Sierra.
Sounds like runway 7's in use at Byrd's today. It's not a problem, it's just typically 2.5 is the one that's used most often, just based on the winds that are most often prevalent. So it's kind of unique that we're looking at 07.
traffic for X-ray, inbound from the southeast, and across Midfield for a left downwind runway 25, Byrd traffic.
Ponca does not even have a CTAF frequency. So we could theoretically, should probably use VATSIM Unicom. And we'll make a call about 10 miles out.
Byrd traffic, 761 India Sierra on final for runway 761 India Sierra, Byrd traffic.
Man, it sounds like I got a pretty good turnout for the event today. Makes me happy.
The traffic of Gulf China is here, very short final series that will be on your way then.
Oh, I heard they were short final, but that's alright. Runway choice 1028, 1300 feet long by 60 feet.
The traffic of China is here, short final series 7 and Byrd.
Byrd traffic, 761 India Sierra.
Michelle, see you. It's over.
No traffic, Golf Bravo Charlie Romeo, holding short 07. We take off 07 behind the landing traffic for one of the published short courses.
Gulf China is here, vacated.
Golf India Romeo taking off.
Ponca traffic, November 833 Foxtrot, 10 miles northwest, landing 28 Ponca.
Traffic.
Interesting, I don't see him on ADSB though. Well, we'll have to keep an eye out if I'm getting a traffic alert. He's somewhat close. Alright, I have a feeling it's probably going to be down in this valley. So we're going to just kind of get over this valley area, fly this valley at 2500, see if we can't locate Ponca. And then from there we might head on to Byrd's and skip 4 Alpha Romeo 9. Alright, Ponca's at 2,300 feet and we're 2,500 feet. We should probably climb actually, but if it's... yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's up on a hill? Probably ought to climb. Just to err on the side of caution. Then if we have to descend quickly, we can do that. Feet. Let's say pattern altitude is going to be 3,300 feet. 3,100. $32, $33. Okay, level here. Can I find this airport anywhere? Off of our nose at all? Maybe? Maybe that's something. We know it has a 1028 runway, so it's gonna be kinda that-ish. And that might be it right there. Let's go ahead and see if, let's just go ahead and check this out here. Overfly this field. Okay, I can identify what looks like a runway right there. Yeah, I would say that's probably it. Alright, so 28's this way, 10's this way. We You probably want to land 28. So tell you what, let's just teardrop in here. Ponca traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. Gonna teardrop into the left downwind for runway 28, full stop Ponca. Don't want to lose sight of the airport there. Alright, I got it. Ponca traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, left downwind 28, Ponca. Alright, let's pull some power back. Carpeet's coming off, flaps go on to 10. Pitch for 80. (1,300 feet). Tell you what, I'm gonna kind of extend my downwind just a little bit, get a bit more situated. Ponca traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, turning left base 28, full stop Ponca. Ponca traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, left base to final approach 28, full stop Ponca. Flaps 30. Let's just dump them all. I don't know if this is the right way to be coming in, but this is the way we're coming in. Hold that nose back. Keep that nose wheel protected. Okay, well, based solely on what I see in front of us, we're going to take back off the other way, regardless of the wind. Look at that obstacle. Look at, man, I just don't know. Carpet off. -7. That will never happen again. I don't think that's pretty good. Surely by accident, that's pretty good. I almost spun this around too quick. Well, should we try it? I kind of want to try it. I know that I probably shouldn't. So, we're going to treat this as short field with obstacle. So we're going to use 10 degrees of flaps for our departure. And we're about at the end of our runway here. Huh. Well, let's see what happens. 10 degrees of flaps. Trim for takeoff. Okay, carpeet's off. 10 degrees of flaps. Here we go. Brakes are on, full power. Hold the nose forward. Brakes off. Ponca traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, ticking to 8. Straight out, Ponca. Oh boy, oh boy. She climbs better at 60. I don't know if we're gonna... Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on. Ooh. Clear obstacle, y'all. Let's go. Yeah, it's something I wouldn't normally do. We would have taken off the other way, realistically. Let's head to Byrd's. Yeah. The event window is starting to come to a close, and we got 25 miles to get out to that. We'd have about 25 miles out to the other airport, and then maybe 50, close to 40 or 50 back. Yeah, we just don't have the time. Alright, direct to Byrd's Adventure Center, 51 Alpha Romeo. Let's get our flaps out. Carpeet off, airspeed's building. Heading of 224. And we're going to climb up to 3,500 feet for this leg. I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out for a bit this evening. We are on our last leg, and final destination is 51 Alpha Romeo, Byrd's Adventure Center. I normally use this airport for the annual Arkansas event, but since that is not happening in the real world this year, I'm following suit and hosting the Byrd's Backcountry fly-in event. Scenery-wise, essentially using my Arkansas scenery, but I have removed the Arkansas elements from it. But all of the other amenities are still in place. Let's see, and then the airports that we've visited previously, with the exception of Trigger Gap, are courtesy of the Bush League Backcountry group. You can find information on that group at downwindsim.com. The first Monday of every month, they hold a bush fly-in type of event. And they provide all of the sceneries for X-Plane and MSFS. A really great group to check out. Again, that is downwindsim.com. Alright, how are we looking here? Airspeed is 111 along the ground. We're indicating 115 miles per hour. Temperature's in the green, oil pressure's in the green, suction's in the green.
Bird's traffic Cessna is 5 miles to the west. Will be overflowing the field at 3,500.
Traffic North Forward, you're on your departing 07 to the provisional service.
And then once we do our first full stop at Byrd's, we'll try our hand at some of the other smaller runways there. Just to kind of keep some of the Arkansas appeal going.
Traffic North, can you review it to go on the left hand lane to 0 to the summer?
Fantastic Golf Charlie KCR at 07.
Bird traffic Cessna is at 2,500, turning to enter left downwind for will be number 2.
You're running at 25 for
I think when we get close enough, we will drop down to the Mulberry River and follow that on in.
Bird's traffic Cessna is left downwind from runway 7.
And the traffic Golf Charlie KCR is joining a very short final 07 will be on your way.
That lightning.
The traffic Golf Charlie KCR short final 37.
Bird traffic Cessna is turning left base runway 7.
$120 knots along the ground, indicating
The traffic Golf Charlie KCR located in place.
indicating 95 knots. So we are definitely getting a push.
Bird's traffic Cessna is final runway 7.
Byrd traffic on provisionally you Romeo behind the landing steps that we take off 07 to the public short circuit Byrd.
About 15 miles northeast.
Cessna, clear runway 7, Byrd.
Byrd landing off Scots Channel Sierra landing up 07 for the published shuttle circuit Byrd.
So we're going to follow this road down to the Mulberry. Brian, welcome on in. No new real gauges. I did swap out one of the instruments for a new digital engine monitor. But yeah, it was a replacement, it wasn't really an addition. Perhaps. Welcome on in, my friend. I hope you're well. We are just about 10 miles northeast of Byrd's Adventure Center, for the Byrd's Backcountry fly-in, which is taking place on the Arkansas event this year, which also happens at Byrd's Adventure Center. Byrd's traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. It's about 10 miles northeast. We're going to be coming up the Mulberry River from the east to join a left downwind 07 Byrd's.
Byrd traffic Golf and Romeo, bouncing on a final for 07 to finish the start circuit with full stop, making Byrd. Byrd traffic 07 located, taxi and public short 07 1
Field elevation at Byrd's 800 feet. We are 2,700 feet.
Byrd traffic off Golf Charlie Sierra short final 07 to land and we'll report for Kingston Byrd.
So we're going to follow this little river tributary down to the Mulberry River and grab that and head west for a little bit. And our destination should be right there. And we should probably start a descent. So let's go ahead and get our power back, get our carb heat on.
Byrd traffic Golf and Romeo lining up 07 for public short.
And we're gonna do a little bit of scud running down here.
Bird traffic Golf Kilo Romeo departure 07 for conditional Bird.
Bird's traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot, now 5 miles east. We're going to be joining the Mulberry River westbound to grab a left downwind 07 Birds. I think I'm going to have to do some OSM updating. I know there's a river here, it's not really defined. And ortho. So at some point I may get froggy and draw this little river.
Bird traffic Golf Kilo Romeo on a very short. The land, bird traffic will vacate.
Alright, here's the Mulberry. Let's go ahead and cut up into this valley here. Now this I know is water because I've already done the OSM data here. I did the Mulberry River. Bird's traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, now 3 miles east to join the left downwind 07 Birds.
Bird traffic Golf Kilo Romeo vacated 07. We taxi hold short 07 for one last go on the South Circuit.
Alright, there's a red roof house. We definitely don't want to be flying over that. It's a big no-no. They don't like it very much. So much for that traffic. Bird's traffic, November 33 Foxtrot is now left downwind 07. We'll stop Birds. Alright. Here we go, just like we're qualifying last year. Carpeet's gonna come on. Flaps are gonna come down all the way. We're going to make our base over this road here. Bird's traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, left base to final approach, 07 full stop, Birds. Flaps up. That's how it's done. Welcome to Bird's Adventure Center, home of Arkansas, and now the Bird's Backcountry Fest Fly-In. Bird's traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is clear 07, Birds.
Bird traffic in that case, Golf India Romeo lining up and departing 07 for one of the published all courses, Birds.
Oh, Hawker. Alright, I'm gonna take a short break. We're gonna park right over here in my parking spot. I actually have my own parking spot because I put it here when I made the scenery. Alright. I'm going to take a couple minute break and I'll leave the plane running here. Let's get the parking brake on, lean out for just a minute, and then I'll come back in and we'll see if we can't
Golf India Romeo joining the overhead for 25 on the store circuit, Birds.
and maybe do some STOL flying here at some of these shorter runways. This is the river strip that we just landed on. Just behind us, I've got two smaller intersecting runways, that is Traveler and Grit. The restaurant strip is just yonder around the bend. It's the second longest here at Bird's. And then Driftwood is the one that tends to move around a lot on the far west side. It's actually one of the skinniest runways available here at Bird's. So we'll try and get to them all. I can't guarantee that you know, let's just say it can be a little bit interesting.
Golf India Romeo Airport, Driftwood joining final 07 to land on River, Birds.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Golf India Romeo, taxi line up and depart 07 for the store circuit, Birds. Romeo departing 07 North Circuit. Copy Romeo, finals driftwood, land 180 and then we'll take off again to join final 07 on river, Byrd.
Alright, so we got one running the course right now. Park and break off, make sure it's gonna go rich. Ice Byrd, I would certainly do that, and I'm gonna notate that down here. But I don't have scenery, X-plane scenery downloaded outside of the continental US currently. So unfortunately it would just be a bunch of water if we were to load in there right now.
Copy Romeo, airborne driftwood, joining 07. To land, we'll taxi back and have a couple more goes, Byrd.
Bird's traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot is taxiing the runway 07 Birds.
Copy Romeo, vacated right, we'll taxi hold short 07, Byrd.
Bird's traffic, November 8033 Foxtrot. We're going to be taking runway 07, intending on Traveler, and then back course over to Driftwood, and back course over to River, Birds.
033 Fox from Golf India Romeo, Roger. Can you report joining the overhead on sort of the westerly end of river, please?
Wilco, November 33 Foxtrot. Alright, let's give this a shot. Let's do flaps maybe 5 degrees. Okay. Full power. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're up. We don't want to fly over that red roof house.
Bird traffic, Golf India Romeo, lining up 07. We'll depart when you're sort of overhead, headed more towards the Driftwood area. Golf India Romeo, done.
Well, we really want to come to a full stop. Birds traffic, November 33 Foxtrot over River Birds.
Back traffic Golf India Romeo departing 07 for the stall. It'll be traveller center at best.
Alright, there's a restaurant strip. We're not going to hit that. Let's try and hit Driftwood. We're gonna get it. Oh, come on, baby. We're up.
Traffic.
Birds traffic, November 33 Foxtrot, final 07 Birds.
Traffic Golf India Romeo, airborne Driftwood joining final 07. We'll keep the speed down first.
And Birds, November 33 Foxtrot, clear 07 Birds.
In which case, Bird traffic Golf India Romeo landing 07 first.
I am really thrilled someone is actually flying the Arkansas course. I mean, I know it wasn't a sanctioned part of the event, but I'm glad that they're actually doing it. Alright, we'll give it another go, and then I'm gonna have to call it a night.
When you Romeo vacated to the right, we'll give you around for one more. Golf India Romeo at best.
And Birds traffic, November 8033 Fox. We'll be taking runway 07 again for the stall course. Traveler, Driftwood, back to River Birds. Orange icing, hello. Must be you hanging out here, having some fun on the stall course. Alright, they're clear. Flaps 5, let's do this. Alright, again.
Traffic Golf India Romeo line up 07. We'll depart when you're at the Driftwood end of the overhead scissors. Traffic Golf India Romeo first.
Alright, there's the red roof house. We don't want to be overflying that. Alright, we're airborne, we're up. Keep that nose wheel protected. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, we'll just clip that windsock. Oh, no, are we stalling? No, we're up, we're up. Barely, but we made it. But we owe them a windsock. Oh, no, I'll just put a new one in there. Put all these other ones in there, it's fine. And Bird's traffic, November 33 Foxtrot over River Birds.
You're in here departing through a sunset.
Hawker would love to see me fly a fighter jet. Wouldn't that be something else? Have a full scale fighter cockpit. Birds traffic, November 33 Foxtrot off of Trapper, headed to River, full stop, Birds. Off of Driftwood, headed to River, Birds.
Traffic.
Golf Romeo has you in sight. We'll head above to land. Driftwood, Golf Romeo, sir.
Alright. Let's go ahead and vacate.
That's Golf India Romeo departing Driftwood to land travel at 07. That's corrections right to land river.
Birds traffic, November 33 Foxtrot is clear 07 and taxi parking on the east side, Birds. South side, Birds. I'd be interested to know what he's flying because it's showing up as a float plane in my model matching. So whatever it is, I'm going to need to get a model for it. Kid box. Okay.
Golf India Romeo vacated. We'll follow you to parking.
Alright. Let's get our lights off here. Everything but our beacon. Our parking brake on. Lamps going up. Golf Bravo Charlie India Romeo. There's some good flying out there, and thanks for coming in today. Okay. Avionics are gonna go off. And make sure to lean. Mags to off. Compass off. Beacon off. Okay. Master off. Parking brake on. We'll disconnect from VATSIM and head back to the hangar. Alright, Orange Icing, take care. Appreciate it again. Let's head back to the hangar and chit-chat for a minute, and we'll say goodnight.
Alright everyone, I would like to thank you all again for coming in and hanging out today. This was sort of a, the event was kind of in lieu of in tandem with the real world event happening at Byrd's Adventure Center this weekend. Normally it would be the Arkansas event, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but they're taking a break from that this year. Understandably so. I can imagine the type of preparation, everything that goes into setting something like that up. But I think I haven't done an official count yet, but it sounds like, just based on the traffic I heard on the radio, that it was a pretty decent turnout for the event for the Virtual USA Flying Club. So let me go ahead and mark myself down on the channel for attendance, and then I want to kind of go through and see how many people showed up for the event. And we flew from Branson, which was Foxtrot Whiskey Bravo 251 R, and we arrived, I will just say 7:45, 23:30 Zulu. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 confirmed. I don't think that's a terrible turnout. You know, for a virtual event with the Flying Club. So a quick recap. Again, let me just do this here real quick. Arkansas is what usually happens at Byrd's Adventure Center this year. Always fun, always neat to watch. They have some great videos on their YouTube channel. But it was taken place this year by the Byrd's Backcountry Flight Festival, which looks like it would still be a very good time to get down there and go to. One of these days I'll get down there in real life. And then we were able to kind of intermingle this with one of the Bush League Backcountry Fly-In series, number 52, which had some airports that were in the area there. So we kind of took advantage of that and the real world event to kind of create today's fly-in event. I would like to thank you all again for coming in and hanging out. And Hawker 125 wants to talk about how I landed at 7 feet per minute. When I figure that out, I'll be sure to let you know, because I really want to know that too. But I ended up just dumping full flaps at the end there, all 40 degrees. You know, we had that tree there, so I knew I would need to be high enough to, you know, clear that tree. You know, but we needed to make a descent down. You know, we needed to dive down, but not gain a whole lot of airspeed. So, dumping those full flaps, you know, it slows us down. And then when we pitch down, you know, it keeps, you know, it kept us slow enough. The full flaps kept us slow enough to be able to rotate and set our plane down. But I think 7 is a little bit skewed. I think that the landing rate might have been wrong. But yeah, I don't know. I think what I'll do actually is I might review the VOD and just kind of see what the numbers were actually looking like on that final approach. Yeah. Okay, Orange Icing says, it was at the bottom of the yellow arc until about 100 AGL. Then he dumped full flaps and prayed. And he's not going to pretend he didn't do a couple of practices before the event. Well, if I highly encourage that. You know, when I was hosting the Arkansas events with the Pilot Club, which we kind of pioneered this, and then again with the Virtual USA Flying Club as kind of a separate event. Yeah, I always recommend the practice, and we even had practice flights and qualifications before our virtual competitions. So, all right. Well, Hawker saw -7. I'm not gonna argue with him. It was -7. You know, I did that. It was intentional. No. It was by sheer I don't know that managed that -7. We landed, we walked away. I mean, we didn't get out of the plane, but you know what I'm saying. It wasn't it was a landing. But I think the combination of full flaps and just coming in at barely, you know, minimum flyable airspeed at that point might have been the biggest contributing factor. Okay, I don't think I have anything else really to discuss today. Good things coming to X-Plane 12. That's as much liberty as I'm able to say. There are good things coming to X-Plane 12. Other than that, I think that's about it. I do want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out this evening. I do enjoy flying with you. You know, flying is fun, but it's always more fun when it's more than one. So you all make that happen for me, and I am grateful for that. Updated Norwood up in Massachusetts. That scenery is going to be hitting the Scenery Gateway here shortly. So if you fly out in that area, or if you're familiar with that airport, it had some very new recent construction done. So keep an eye out for that if that's something you're interested in. And I think that's it. Simulator performed well today compared to yesterday, and I think it was just a combination of the actual area and the amount of virtual traffic. Because it was hammered yesterday. I mean, it took everything my computer had just to maintain 20 FPS, and that's after I reduced all of the rendering. So I can only attribute it to just a sheer amount of AI or AI aircraft being drawn from XPilot because of the amount of pilots on VATSIM at JFK and surrounding areas last night. It was I'd never experienced that sort of issue before, and I can only relate it to VATSIM because when I would disconnect, the FPS would just jump right back up and stabilize where it generally lives at 30. And I lock it at 30. That's not a limitation. That's something that I implement. Okay, that is it for me. You'll probably see me again Monday night. I'm not sure what we'll be doing, but we will figure out something. So, until then, I hope you all take care and stay safe. Take care of each other. That is always important. Let's see who we can go and raid today. Let's go and raid my friend Melvin Leroy. I haven't raided him in a while. He's flying around on VATSIM and Flight Simulator. I'm not sure what exactly he's doing, but let's go and find out. Have a great evening, everyone. Again, my name is Michael. It was my pleasure flying with you, and we will see you next time. Have a wonderful night.